Hi everyone and welcome back to my studio. I know you guys, it has been a while since my last video and there are a few reasons why. I've been very busy with graphic design stuff because I will be finishing my diploma in March, so that's very soon and I have to do quite a lot of stuff for that. Yeah, but I still wanted to take some time to film this video because drawing chibis is something that I have struggled with, but then after finding out a few things and learning a few things and keeping a few things in mind, it has gotten a lot easier for me and I wanted to share those things with you. Again, similar to my background video, those are just a few tips and things that have helped me. You don't have to do these, but maybe they will be helpful for your quest and your journey of drawing chibis. In the background you can see me draw a chibi that's kind of inspired by my recent project, which is Valentine's Day inspired stuff. I haven't really posted a lot to my Instagram yet and I haven't really shared too much because I want to make it a very fun launch and be a surprise. My patrons have seen a lot already. And if you want to get updates on my sticker sheets that I'm working on, you can get those there. But yeah, I'm doing a lot of Valentine's Day themed stuff and this chibi will also be hopefully part of the whole Valentine's Day collection. And let's get into the video. When I started drawing chibis, they were kind of difficult for me because I didn't really know where to start. I always looked at artists drawing these very beautiful and very cute chibis and they are very quick to draw and that's why they are so fun and you can be very expressive with them, and I wanted to also draw them, but I was kind of stumbling along the way, didn't really know where to start. The first thing I want to say before we really get into the tips is there is no right or wrong with chibis. I want you to have fun, find your own style of drawing them, and just draw them because you want to draw them and just because it's fun, and not be too pressured with them. And that's kind of also the first thing that I did wrong when drawing chibis. I always just wanted to have fun and just scribble them down, which is fun and also a huge part of drawing them. But before you can just scribble stuff down, you have to find out what kind of body structure you want your chibis to have, even though they are very exaggerated figures. If you want to make them look like they make sense, it is very important and very helpful to give them some kind of structure. So for example, for me, I use 2 heads mostly for the chibi size. Depending on the kind of chibi I want to draw, I change these ratios. So for example, there are chibis that, as I said, have the size of 2 heads. They are very small and very cute, but you can also step it up to 3 heads to make yourself able to include more of the body. I also kind of go with 1.5 heads, 2.5 I mean, or even more, maybe less, depending on the kind of feel I want my chibi to have. And you kind of have to see what you prefer. Do you prefer chibis that look very squished together, or do you prefer chibis that are kind of lankier and taller, where you can play with poses more, which is something we will get into. But if they are very squished together, of course the poses will be harder to pull off. And you have to find your own style. Do you want your chibis to be able to have elbows and stuff, or do you want them to just have noodle arms? Do you want them to just have these kind of straight sticks, or can you really tell the muscles and the anatomy? It's all stuff that you have to kind of find out for yourself. I do recommend usually to study from photo reference, but for chibis you do need to have some kind of understanding of anatomy, but you can't really study chibis in real life because they are just something that's coming from our imagination. So I would say it's perfectly acceptable to look at other artists and see how they draw chibis, how they stylize things, and then kind of take your favorite things from different artists and kind of build your own chibi style. It's very cool if you are able to take your usual art style and then transform it into a chibi art style. That's something I've been kind of struggling with, but I think I finally have found my way of stylizing the face. The body is completely different, but I try to keep the face similar to my usual ones. The easiest thing to do is just to take the usual eyes that you draw, make them bigger, and then just remove the nose and draw the mouth closer to the eyes, and immediately you have this kind of chibi-esque face. I still try to keep the proportions of the head similar in some regards. So for example, I still draw the ears starting from the eyes and then going right about where the nose is, going to the mouth more, since the proportions are kind of skewed. But I also try to make the head be so that the eyebrows are marking the half point of the head. That's something I also do with my regular drawings. I keep these kind of measurements in mind. For example, the elbows of my drawings are approximately at the waist, and so on. All the hands start at the crotch area. Those are just kind of measurements I always use, and I also carry these measurements over to chibis just to make them more believable and so they match my style. I have also seen people do chibis where the proportions are really off. So for example, the arms are super long and just kind of hanging off. I think that's also really cute. Again, there are no rules, just kind of find your own way and then be consistent so the chibis all match together. Or if you want, you can also, as I said, there are no rules, you can also draw different kinds of chibis. As I said, the chibis are a very exaggerated form of a body, and I think that's a very fun thing because you can exaggerate a lot of stuff. Chibis can do things that you wouldn't really usually draw with normal people, normal bodies. So for example, I like to have chibis lay on stuff or play with stuff that's normal sized. So for example, in this drawing, I'm drawing the chibi laying on this fish, and you could also draw this with a normal body, but with chibis it just looks so much more cute and is very fun. So you can not only exaggerate the poses and make the chibis do fun stuff. For example, you could also draw a chibi just laying in a coffee mug or something. It's it looks a lot more believable that they would be playing around with life-size objects like that because they look so small, and just very cute. And also another thing I really enjoy about chibis is you can easily transform them into stickers. So if you draw a usual normal body in full body, then it's a very long sticker and you have to kind of play with the poses. But if you draw a chibi and just make it full body, it's still a very cute sticker size. So that's a very cool advantage of chibis. You are exaggerating the anatomy and the gestures, but something that's very cool and fun about chibis is you can also play with and exaggerate the face and the expressions. So if you're drawing chibis, please do so. It's very fun, and there are a lot of references online for chibi expressions. So if you're kind of clueless about that, go on Pinterest or something and kind of look at chibi expressions and what is out there. I guarantee you will want to be drawing chibis if you see those. They are very fun and exciting to play with. Talking about expressions, of course, with chibis, since the face is half of the body most of the times, it is the main focus. So try to make the face be as expressive and fun to look at as possible. There are also chibis that just have dot eyes and nothing more. I think they are also really fun. Their face is very expressive in that way, so keep that in mind. The face is the most important thing, mostly of chibis. And I do have one last tip for you, and that is when I first started out and was clueless about how to pose my chibi, how to draw the body parts, I took a look and I found Nendoroids, and those are very cute figurines that you can buy, and they are dressed up as all kinds of characters, and they are super cute and I love them, and they really have helped me with finding poses and finding ideas for poses, and then also learning how to draw certain body parts. If you are super clueless about chibis and how to draw them, maybe check those out and download a few pictures of them. In the beginning I also traced over those pictures to look how the body works and how the body is constructed, and then I easily was able to construct my own body shapes going from there, which is something I really recommend. I don't think it's cheating, it's just learning, as long as you don't use those traced over bodies to post as your art. I mean, if you keep the pose very rough and the tracing very rough, I think that's also okay. But yeah, use this to learn and to make your own chibi style. Yeah, I hope you like the drawing. I'm very excited about it, and I just love drawing chibis, and I'm also very excited about all the Valentine's Day stuff that will be coming out soon. Thank you guys so much for being so patient with me and waiting so long for me to publish this video. I hope these tips were helpful for you. Please, if you have any other tips, share them in the comments down below. Thank you so much if you're still watching. Thank you. And I will be hopefully seeing you very soon in my next video. Bye!